Hello, everyone, and welcome to Star Wars Rebels Season 2 premiere review. And this episode is called
The Siege of Lothal.
The Siege of Lothal. Tell me, Nick, what do you think of this Season 2 premiere?
Well, it was worth the wait, I would agree with that. And it's cool how we got to see Darth Vader in action with his TIE fighter. And we got to see a wee bit more about the rebels, how Kanan doesn't want to fight their war because he saw how Order 66 affected him. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this is a very, very lovely episode. I have some problems with it, and I think they screw up on Darth Vader, and we'll go into that here in this review. So we'll go with our first screen cap of the day. Now, I'm showing this screen cap because we're starting with the episode where the episode starts off with this great space battle, and
Yeah.
the reason why they're in this battle with the Empire is because they're trying to get this cargo here, which seems to be nothing really, because the Hera's intel was wrong, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a bust, but oh well.
Oh, and it's cool how we got to see different kind of Star Destroyers as well. Like one's from like the Clone Wars, I believe.
Yes, that is correct. What they did was it's close to the Clone Wars ships that we saw of the Republic that we saw in the series. It's just that they did a little bit tweak design of it.
Yeah.
All right, so with our next screen cap here, we get into the scene with Minister Toha, right?
Yeah, and Tarkin.
Not Tarkin, but
All right, sorry.
Callus.
Yeah, Agent Corellis. Sorry, guys.
Yes. The reason why we said Tarkin though is because she's trying her best, but you know what? The rebels are not on the fall, and she just
and
can't find them.
yeah, because like then Corellis gets so mad that Darth Vader has ordered her execution, basically.
What somewhat, yes.
Yeah.
So, but basically though, yeah. First though, Agent Kaz is the one who's kind of, give her the news somewhat of her failure. But then after that, we got our first introduction of
Darth Vader. Yeah.
Now let me tell you, I love how he moves in this show. He looks fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pissed off here for a reason, and I'll tell you why. So in the films, Darth Vader talks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he breathes. But the thing is, in the films, his breathing always happens all the time. So when he talks, the breathing goes over the talking,
Yeah.
But in this show, for some dumbass reason, I don't understand why they didn't see the films or something. Every time he talks, the briefing stops. So
I know, right?
yeah, it's like that's not canon to the movies. And plus, too, I remember when I first heard that pissed me off so much because it's like how kids or us would do it in the playground, and now it's like, Luke, I will show you. That's how I felt when hearing that. I'm going, shit. I'm hoping they fix it later on, or they saw their mistake, because that really bugged the crap out of me.
Yeah,
So
same
much.
here. And they also bet though how we get to see Darth Vader full in form.
Mm-hmm.
When we first saw Darth Vader, which was in episode 1 of season 1, when they showed that extended clip
Yeah.
of the Spark of the Rebellion movie.
Mm-hmm.
So that we only got to see the head of Darth Vader, but nothing else.
Yeah, but now we're getting to see everything, and like I said, the animation is beautiful, and the original voice back is so great.
I know.
I do feel like though it should have been maybe a little bit more auto-tuned to make that more mechanical.
Yeah.
But other than that, though, I'm very happy they did got the original voice back. You can tell it's kind of an older voice because he's older now, James Earl Jones, but it still sounds great and menacing.
Yep. And I cannot wait to see what they have planned for Darth Vader in the next coming episodes as
Oh
well.
yes. I think Darth Vader though will take more of a back seat for the next coming episodes because they're going to bring in the two Inquisitors in more.
Yep, as we saw in the trailer, and we'll get to that at the end. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, we will. So basically, Darth Vader says you have to go see Tarkin, because you're Vader, and Mr. Toha. No, Toha. Toha,
yeah,
yes. Toha, right here, you can see the look on her face is not happy. It's very fearful.
yeah, because she's like afraid of Darth
But
Vader
she's afraid
because
of what's going to happen to her.
yeah.
She knows what's going to happen to her. So basically, now we're going to the next scene here where we get to see them, Ahsoka and the Rebel crew, all together with the band of rebels. In the
Yeah,
what do you call it? I don't want to say war room. In the control room, basically,
yeah,
or yeah. So
or the command center.
command. There we go. Thank you, command center. Yes, and like I said, I'm loving Ahsoka's new look here. Still, it's very nice. I'm really am digging it a lot more when I'm seeing it.
And we get to see her lightsaber as well.
Yeah, which looks great. Also, too, we get to see a new character here as well. Uh, we get to see the general, right, or
Yep.
the general captain. I don't know which is the
He kind
correct
of like
term.
had like a dodgy accent in this.
Well, yeah, it was trying to be more of a. I think it was like more of a thick Asian accent,
Yeah,
especially to judging with his looks, and yeah. But it's a
yeah,
great character. Plus, too, I love the costume. It kind of looks like close to some of the stuff that we see in, like, field game of, like, let's say Star Wars Jedi Knight Academy,
yeah.
or
That was
Jedi.
an amazing game.
Oh yeah, or Jedi Outcast.
Hmm.
That that costume he's wearing looks similar to what we will see in that type of game. So very cool seeing that. But yeah, we get to see a new captain here, a new leader of the rebel
Alliance.
resistance. Well, not alliance yet, but it's resistant because right now they're still a small group of people. They're not this big, huge organization yet. So I would say, not alliance, but
Yeah,
but we need to call that still.
and it was cool seeing how we get to introduce these new characters to us
Hmm.
in the show.
Oh yeah, it was very cool seeing all these new characters of how they've been introduced through the show here. Very well done.
Yeah,
So with our next screen cap here, we get to see Minister Toha, or yeah, Toha. I cannot pronounce her name right for some reason right now.
so she's basically like saying in this scene, please help me get off the fall because I'm gonna get killed by the evil Sith Lord, and I'm also gonna give you some plans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. She has a list of all of the rebels and whatnot and such. So she bargains that, and also too, why the Empire's on the fall. The real reason why. And at first, Kanan is like, no, cut it. We don't want to deal with this scum. But it's so weird to see Ezra being the more calmer one at this.
yeah, because Kanan's quite mad at the war at the minute.
Mm-hmm. But
So
they agreed to help her out because of Ezra's will to help people who, need help.
then Kanan walks off like in the mood or whatever.
Yeah. So now we get to see a callback, basically, if everyone knows this shot from Empire Strikes Back with Han and Leia, now with Kanan and um
Hera.
Hera. Thank you. Yeah, because this is very similar to the same shot in Hoth with Han and Leia. They are arguing together. Kanan does not want to help out, doesn't even want to be part of this rebel crew or
Yeah, because
alliance.
he doesn't want to fight another war, the one that he has already been in.
Yeah, and Hera pushes at Kanan here, saying, "No, we have to stay here. We have to help." Because
and we're a bigger cell.
yeah, bigger cell. But I really do like it though that he's still afraid of a other war starting because of what happened during the last war.
Yeah, from the Clone Wars.
Oh yeah, and this episode does have some dark themes to it, and I do like it that Ezra overhears this, a bit.
And he's quite shocked at Kanan as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. And now with our next screenshot here, we get to see them coming back to Lothal again, but thank God it's only gonna be for the last time. And we
Yep.
get to see though Ezra here, it's they've been shocked about how many Star Destroyers out
Yeah,
there.
because they're hunted for the rebels who are
Hmm.
destroying up the fall.
Yeah, and making the Empire look weak. You know.
Yeah,
And the Empire was not weak in this episode. Let me tell you.
they're
So
strong in the Force.
yes. So our favorite rebel crew goes back on the fall and tries to rescue Minister Toha.
Hmm.
And by doing that, Kenan here disguises himself as a stormtrooper.
Which was a really funny moment how he goes, I'm just going to make a few friends.
Yes, that was funny, but I just can't believe how they did it because it's just so unbelievable. It's
Yeah,
like okay, he knocks him out, right? And then 5 seconds later, he's in this whole stormtrooper gear. Bullshit. I wish they kind of like did a swipe or something, or like a passage of time a bit because I just couldn't believe that. That
I
was.
know. And the funniest line as well
Mhm.
from Ezra says, I only have the helmet.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great little scene. It's just that they could have done better by
Yeah,
like this stripe or fade or something. Except for like, oh, let's just cut to the crew and back to him, because it 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 makes it unbelievable. It kind of pulled me out of the show just a bit.
like you're like fed up with that scene.
Yeah, because I know they could have done better.
Yeah.
But still, though, it calls back to episode 4, of course, with Luke and Han dressed up as stormtroopers.
Yep. Which was a cool reference though.
Yeah, there's lots of references, of course. Star Wars Rebels does lots of references.
From episode 3 to episode 4, 5, and 6.
I would say most of the original trilogy, but
Yeah.
yeah. So with our next screenshot here, we get to see that the Rebel crew has
Mr. Tucci or
Tucci or Tuha. I'm sorry for not pronouncing her name right. Very sorry about that. But basically, they rescue her a bit. It's like, hey, we got you here. Let's go into the shuttle. Let's rescue you. And so she's going to the shuttle, right? And off the rebel crew is following her, and then boom.
the big explosion.
Yeah, and she dies.
And they were quite upset how she died though because the Empire betrayed her or
Yeah, the Empire tricked her. She was either going to die by Tarkin anyways, or die by this anyways. But
or Darth Vader.
yeah, and the reason why though they killed her like this is because they want to frame her here, by using this. No, frame the rebels here by using this droid camera, which was very cool. When I saw that, I went, "Oh my god, that's awesome!" Yes, because that's what the Empire would do. The Empire would trick the public into thinking that the rebels are
Are
the
the
bad
bad
guys.
ones, yeah.
Yeah,
And
look,
empires are like the good, so that when the war comes to the end, they'll all be voting for the empire.
yeah. Well, there's no war starting yet, of course.
Yeah.
But the rebels will soon start it for peace. But basically though, that's what the Empire would do, and I really love that so much. And Darth Vader looking over it all and such, which was very cool seeing that.
And
So
Kaden and Ezra says his cold or
Yeah,
like
yeah. Every time he feels cold around the fall when Darth Vader's near,
yeah.
because he's a true Sith Lord. He's not like the Inquisitor, He's a real dark Sith Lord. Somebody you take seriously.
And you don't want to fill about with.
Yeah. So the rebels try to escape, but get shot down by a ATST. I know that's not what they're called because it's a prototype of the ATST. I
But
just
it's like more of like a process build.
Yeah, but basically they get shot down and they crash right here in the middle town of the fall, and they have to escape.
Yeah.
So basically, though, they escape to Ezra's old home,
Parents' house.
parents, and we get this lovely scene here where there have been on the news basically of the Empire where they show the picture of them, in front of the destruction Imperial shuttle, which shows, them blowing up a innocent.
Which this is actually quite a good shot, I believe.
Oh yeah, it's a very good shot, very well done, and it's very cool that we actually get to see the broadcast.
Like live from Ezra's parents'
House.
old transmitter to say, "Oh, the Empire are like fake. Don't trust them," or whatever.
Yeah, but basically, though, they're here to try and figure out a plan of what to do next, right?
Yeah.
But
Then the stormtroopers come.
come rushing in, and I really like how the stormtroopers what's done in this scene. They come in, and when they come through the door first time, of course, one of them
Yeah,
gets shot by a
chopper.
chopper.
Yep, which is really funny.
Yeah, and then after that, the second time though, they actually come in and fire all over the place, which the Empire would do, which any army would do. And also too, they don't like sneak around trying to look for the rebels. They just put a grenade down below the secret hidden spot and just blow up the whole house.
And they're trying to get their attention so they can surrender.
Yeah. So luckily though, our rebel crew have went on top of this rooftop and are now trying to figure out. Bless you.
Thanks.
And now are trying to figure out how to leave Lothal because now they know that they can't stay here anymore. They have to leave, right? So
Yeah,
they found all of the places that have ships now are blocked
are
off.
and locked out. But one of the places where now was Imperial shipyard,
Yeah, which they think for sure there will be an Imperial shuttle there or some sort of ship.
which Kanan was right.
Yep. And I do like that little funny thing there, like the little line, like "Are you crazy?" And he goes, like, "Does anyone not disagree to that, or say yes to that?" I really do like that little line there. Very
Yeah,
well. So basically, though, now they leave that area, and we get a beautiful last shot here. I really did love this shot. That's why I put a screen cap here. It's because I really love that Ezra sees his basically home getting
being
all burned.
destroyed.
Yeah, his real home, I should say, getting destroyed. And I really like the line he says. Well, I guess there is no going back home, or.
Yeah,
And I really did like this shot here. It was very well done, very, very emotional shot. Really did like it. And plus, too, it's a little bit character development for Ezra, I think, too.
because that was his original home,
Yeah,
when he like grew up, etc.
but it's just how he dealt with it too. He didn't was in like sadness or anything. He's just like, yeah, I see what the Empire truly is now. I see how much a threat this is. I see that we cannot go back. We have to leave.
Yeah,
So with our next screenshot here, we can see them dressed up in their disguises, and it's so weird that Ezra would bring his helmet and his uniform.
I know.
It's like,
Like,
oh, what a convenience!
yeah, like how did you like swap uniforms like so quickly?
It's like they don't have bags with them. It's like, where does he keep it? In his huge pocket?
And it's funny how Ezra tried to do the mind trick on the stormtroopers, or the stormtrooper, how it goes, "You will let us pass," and then
Yes.
the stormtrooper goes, "Do you just try to do that on me?" Or
Yeah.
and
It,
then
it
then Kanan comes up and he says, "You will let us pass," and then the stormtrooper does.
yes, very funny, very good scene. It's as though I just can't believe that, Ezra bring his gear. Maybe I can, but it's like they never hinted at it, and that's what kind of made me. It's like they never show that, they brought his gear or anything. So it's very like, when you think about it more, you get a little bit like why or how, So it kind of brings you out of the episode a little bit, but not too much. So with our next screenshot here, they do find a ship, but before getting on the ship, they take these shield generators.
And they are bringing that to rebellion for their so they can repair
Yeah.
their ship.
Now, have you noticed too that these shield generators look a lot like the little domes that we see on the Star Destroyer's control deck?
Yeah,
Very interesting, very nice. But
maybe that's how they first made the. That's probably like the
what those are,
shield.
those are shield generators. On the Star Destroyer right there.
Mm.
And it was very cool though seeing that. Very well done with the design. But yeah, so basically though they go and trying to get on the pre-shuttle quickly, but then Ezra feels cold again, and they
Yeah.
look back and they see Darth Vader.
Yes. Then they had the whole Sith, like Kanan versus Darth Vader, and Ezra versus Darth Vader.
Yeah, and we get to see this great. It's a very nice fight. It's mostly push and shove type of fight because there was lots of like crash lightsabers and pushing back and forth. But it was still very well fight, and I really like that you see here that how tall Bear truly is. Now he's just kneeling here. They're both kneeling, and you can see still Darth Vader is taller than
Kanan.
Kanan and Ezra. And just imagine if Darth Vader standing up. I mean, he'd be super taller.
Yeah, and like we all thought that Ezra was gonna die, but it
I know,
turned.
Ezra's not going to die, but
Yeah,
they try and trick us a bit. But it was very cool seeing this fight here, and like I see a great shot here of Kanan and Darth Vader just going at one another,
yeah.
And it show, and we like it too. Like Kanan and Ezra were real weak here. They did not know how to fight Vader here. And
They
lots
could
of
have.
Force stuff too was used in this fight, which I really like as well.
They could defeat the Inquisitors, but not Darth Vader.
Yeah, they need more training basically. And right here is a good example. Kanan tries to go in, and Darth Vader just holds him by his wrist, lifts him up, and squeezes his wrist to the point where he drops his lightsaber, and then just throws him.
Hmm. And that's how strong Vader is.
Oh yeah, he's very strong indeed, and especially with the Force here, where he lifts up Ezra here and such, and ports the lightsaber right to his neck.
Yeah,
Tries
and he
to.
goes, "Your master deceives you for becoming a Jedi Knight."
Yeah. No, your master deceives you to think you can become a Jedi.
All right, sorry.
Which was a very, very nice line. I love that a lot. But I really love it too, that the lightsaber is just getting closer to Ezra's neck.
Yeah,
That's like Darth Vader is trying to decapitate Ezra.
and I wish he could use his gun like on Vader.
See, it feels like you can't use the gun same time as, it's, lit up,
Hmm.
which it makes it understandable. You have to use one or the other, because we noticed this too in the fight between Kanan and the Krister in the finale of season 1.
Hmm.
So basically, though, after they think they got Darth Vader down because of the bombs, they throw the AT, or they throw one of the AT-ST's prototypes on Vader. Darth Vader just lifts it up with one hand, showing the badass, and just throws it behind him. I
And
really love
like
this shot.
Ezra goes, "How strong is he?"
Yeah, very cool shot here. Love it so much. So
Yeah,
basically, though, now the rebels escape, of course, and we get
Lando.
yeah, Lando is back because the rebels escape, and Ezra and Kanan, have this moment. They all have this moment of like we're dealing with something serious. We're dealing
And
with
they
a
need
Sith
Lando's help to get them out of
off.
the fall. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, need them help to get off of the falls. So it's very cool seeing Lando back here.
We did not even get like any use of Lando returning like in the Star Wars Rebels sort of season 2, like
Yeah,
for the premiere.
well, I'm very happy they brought back Nando. So then, like the episode that we don't like, if them introducing Nando, it makes sense and actually it's a true episode. It's not like a episode would go, oh, we can skip.
Yeah.
So very cool they brought back Lando, and but Lando, of course, is not on the fall, so they have to go to a asteroid, which they do. And let me tell you, this is our problem. Why have the droid's voice being a stereotypical 70s soul black voice?
I know, right?
It's like, okay, I get it. Lando is black. He's a cool Colt 45. Uh, he's smooth. He's a smooth, cool black guy. But making the droid also have that smooth, cool thing is like, really? I mean, yeah, it's Lando's droid, but still, are we really going to go there?
Yeah. I'm like, Ezra was like, "Oh no."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It switched to the scene before they even know who Hera's talking about. But they said not him. Ezra and Ken at the same time. We don't want his help.
Yeah, and it's funny though how like who can mend stuff, and then Chopper goes, "Me" or whatever.
Yeah. So basically, though, they go to land asteroid here, but Ezra sees the smoke in the distance, and he goes on a speeder bike, and Ken follows him. And then after that, Ezra sees Ezra and Kanan sees Tarkin Town getting burnt down. Like Darth Vader ordered to
Going down the nearest villages, what are close to the rebels.
yeah, which was Tarkin Town. And
Yep.
that's what happened. And it shows though the Empire is serious. We wish though they say that like the footage was burnt with everyone there because they were hinting at that, but then after that they were pointing at this thing where they've all been prisoner to trying to make it kiddie, which I hate that.
Yeah.
But I still think though at least some of them have died during them burning down the town.
Like some of them trying to escape.
Yeah, or something that could not escape and then got burned in their house. It's like how Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen in episode 4.
Got
But
set on fire.
yeah, but it was a very touching scene here, and Ezra showing that he's still not somewhat afraid, and Ken is worried about that and such. But you can see though that Ken is real worried, about the Empire and also to Ezra as well.
Yeah.
Because this episode shows how much of a threat the Empire truly is.
And that might turn Ezra to the dark side, maybe.
Yeah, there's also people saying that this season we might see Ezra going more towards to the dark side, which it'd be interesting to see that the apprentice, like our main hero, becomes the Finn. I like Anakin, yeah, he does, but it'd be interesting to see Ezra, go to the dark side if they go with that route.
Yeah.
But I don't think he will. I don't think they have the balls to do that. But oh well. Still, it'd be nice to see some of it at least. So now they go back, and Sabine has a plan to get off the planet, right? What they do is they use these like beacon things that has a single
single tracker.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Like of their ship, to trick the Empire, thinking that they're in different separate places all at once.
Yeah, so they can escape like normally
Yeah, and so they do escape, of course, but without them knowing that there's a tracker system on
on
their ship,
their yeah.
in which Darth Vader says, "Bring me my ship," and Darth Vader follows them.
And the funniest bit about the space battle with Darth Vader is funny how like when the Ghost crew go into hyperspace, they just like caught Darth Vader's ship.
Yeah, and this was such cool seeing this too, with just Darth Vader's TIE Fence, just
Hmm.
but Darth Vader ship, just one ship, just destroying the rebels here because we see these A-wings here, coming out and such
Which
like
is Phoenix Squadron.
yeah, but they all get destroyed by one ship, Darth Vader. And it was so cool seeing how much of a true pilot is. Like, Obi-Wan says, he was a good pilot, Anakin Skywalker. And it shows right here. It shows that Darth Vader still has the talent. I mean, he took down one rebel cruiser just with
I
his ship,
know.
which just shows how strong he is with the Force and with his pilot skills. So,
Yeah.
of course, the rebel crew that we know, Ezra, Hera, and whatnot, get into the Ghost and tries to stop this one TIE fighter. And
What?
Ahsoka comes along to the ship.
And Ahsoka goes, "It's all right. I tag along."
Yes, yes,
So
and they
yeah,
tag along and such and try to stop,
Darth
you know,
Vader.
Darth Vader. And after that, during this, we get to see more, uh, TIE fight, not TIE fighters, but we get to see two more Star Destroyers come in, for help and support. And now the screenshot here, we see we're trying to figure out who this person is because Ahsoka says, this person is strong with the Force. So with Kanan and Ezra, no, yeah, Kanan and Ahsoka both use the Force trying to figure out who it is.
And then Ahsoka goes, "No."
Yes, she has this weird um, shock.
Flashback or
I think she just has the shock of like the darkness or the shock of
that it
of
was
who
Anakin Skywalker who is
of
Darth Vader.
or who of who it is or who this person is or it's a Sith Lord or how strong of the dark side this person has and she faints.
Hmm.
And they still and plus too even Ezra was saying too when they were doing that. I know who it is. I can feel the dark, the anger, the hate. And this is where Ahsoka gets this like shock and falls down, and they're still trying to chase after Darth Vader, still and whatnot. No. They're still trying to escape from Darth Vader now because Darth Vader realizes who it was, and we got this beautiful line from Darth Vader saying,
The
the apprentice,
Padawan lives,
yeah,
or
the apprentice lives,
yeah,
which I really love that line so much. But now Darth Vader is chasing them, and Darth Vader says, "Okay, don't kill these rebels like you witching was going to do. Keep them alive because of the apprentice."
Ahsoka,
Yeah.
yeah,
So Darth Vader is chasing after them, and Hera, uses light speed to get away, and Darth Vader gets caught in the tractor beam.
yeah, which is quite funny.
Yes, which is quite funny indeed. So as you see right here, three Star Destroyers and such, and they're trying to escape, and boom,
Yep.
they escape. And now we get this moment here between the crew. First it was between Ezra, Kanan, and Ahsoka. About the Sith Lord. And uh, Ahsoka saying, and if basically,
I
we
never
just,
since the darkest presence since the Clone Wars, I believe.
yeah, like Kanan was saying, he has such dark anger, hate. I never felt this much since then Ahsoka says, the Clone Wars.
Yeah, which was quite cool.
Yeah. And then, the crew all comes in and says, "Oh, we're here to help all of us together. We're a team. We will do this. We can fight this. And the reason why I took the screen cap here is because after all of them like talk and are a little bit more happy with each other, Ahsoka turns around and has this moment of like maybe she knows who the Sith Lord truly
Yeah,
is.
and she's quite sad as well.
Yeah. Do you believe she knows who the Sith Lord is, or is this like the feeling of sadness and depressed of this of because it's a Sith Lord, or is it because it's Anakin Skywalker?
Probably Anakin Skywalker.
I want to believe that she knows who the Sith Lord is, but she's not going to tell Ezra or Kanan yet.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, they're hinting at it. We don't know for sure. That's why I brought the screen cap up, because of her emotion tells that she knows, but it can be easily pointed out that she does not know, and she's just in fear of the Sith Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And now we get to the last shot here, a beautiful shot here of Vader, a classic shot of him on his knee and getting the hologram of
the Emperor. Yep.
And this was so well done. I love the Emperor's voice here. Now it's not the original Emperor, it's not Ian McDermott that's doing the voice, but still, great job, the voice actor here. It's very wonderful scene here, and I really like it too that Darth Vader, like in the whole trilogy too, Darth Vader never refers to himself as Anakin. He always talks Anakin in the third person, like here,
Yeah.
And it was so cool too. This last scene was so awesome. Plus, too, we still get to see his hate for Kenobi. Like he still wants to try and find and kill Kenobi.
Yeah, and also he says, "My Padawan lives," or the Padawan of Anakin Skywalker lives.
Yeah,
and then he says, "She could probably lead us to Kenobi."
Yeah, which Darth Vader really wants to find and hunt down. And it's nice too that even the Emperor says, this is bad news. We must kill Anakin's apprentice. Send out the Inquisitors, and we get this last shot here of Vader's close up, and he brings his head down, saying, "Yes, my master," and it closes. Very cool ending right there. Very awesome. If they have to have one nitpick of the ending, is that we don't actually see the hologram. Yeah, we don't see the Emperor, or we don't even see the cloak of the Emperor. We just to see like a little blue effect here, and just Darth Vader's face right here, which I'm a little bit disappointed at, because you can tell that they didn't have the budget, or they didn't have the time to do the Emperor's face, so that kind of sucks, but it's still nice though. We get these awesome shots still.
Yeah, and the thing what I liked about it most is we get to see new Inquisitors, and also, what else? That the Emperor will be showing up in a couple episodes, maybe.
Maybe we might see the Emperor. We know we're gonna see Darth Vader more. I think we're not gonna see him that much, because this is why we brought in the Inquisitors. It's like, okay, let's lay it off Vader for a while. Let's bring the Inquisitors in and whatnot, because we have to have the rebels winning all the time. So we can't have them winning all the time with Darth Vader being in there. So it's like, okay, let's bring the Inquisitors to be the mustache villain type of people, the people who go fight and retreat, or the people like the lackeys, Yeah, but overall though, this was a very, very good episode. I really did enjoy it. Like I said, my nitpicks of the episode are Darth Vader's briefing not happening all the time, Kanan's quick disguise change, and the disguises overall with how quick they get into it, and also to the bit of the voice of Darth Vader could have been more auto-tuned a bit. But other than that, it's a very good episode. Really did love it a lot. So if you have to give it a rating, though, Nick, what will you rate this episode?
I would probably rate it a 9 out of 10, probably.
9 out of 10?
Yep.
Alright, and I'll rate it a 8 out of 10. When I first watched it, I rated it a 7 out of 10 because those things that we like Darth Vader's briefing not happening all the time. It bugged me so much. I was so pissed off with it. But when I rewatched it again before we did this review, I didn't really bother me that much as I thought as the first time I watched it. But it still bars me that they didn't got that simple thing correct down. You know,
Yeah,
it's so.
I wish they showed like the Emperor as well.
On that too. That's our complaint I have. But the thing is, it's so simple. It's so simple. It's just 2 audio tracks. You just pray over the briefing and then do Darth Vader's. It's simple. I don't understand why they
Yeah.
messed up on something so simply that can be done. But oh
Mm.
well. I hope they fix it later.
Yeah.
But this is the season premiere of season 2. Somewhat. The reason why we say somewhat is because it's not the true starting of season 2. This is like the movie of season 2, because the true starting of season 2 is the next episode with the Clone Troopers that's going to come
Yep.
out in the fall. So that means in September and October, which pisses me off. And
Yeah. Same.
the reason why it pisses me off is just because we have this, for some reason, Star Wars Rebels has a terrible show time. It's like with the first season, like we get some episodes, then we have to wait for like a month or two for the next batch of episodes. With
Yeah.
here, we get the season 2 premiere, and then after that, we have to wait some months for
Yeah.
to get our episodes.
They probably like needed more time on the voice acting for like or finishing up a couple of scenes.
Are you sure? But it's like,
Yeah.
I just wish they can actually do a full one of a season for once. It's like, hey, look, here's the premiere. Next week, more episodes. Not like, here's the premiere. Now we're going to lock it away for a month or so and bring it back again. And I bet you too, with season 2, we might get a break as well. It's like, oh, here's like 5 or 7 episodes, then a month break for the next. Which I hope we don't have that. I just really want to see them each week. I
Yeah.
don't want this long break.
At least we get a clone trooper story next with Captain Rex, Commander Wolf, and Commander Gregor.
Yes, and I don't know which one, because they show a sneak peek of the episode, and one of them you can see that they're off their walker. They're
Yeah.
not. Their mind is not mentally
And
well
they're
balanced.
and they're also on that planet where Gregor was in season 5.
Yeah, and I just can't wait to see that episode. I can't wait to see Captain Rex back. And somebody brought this up. Do you think that Captain Rex knows who Darth Vader is?
Uh, Probably.
Because
No,
remember, because
no,
remember,
he
he was.
won't.
Well, remember though, he was part of the. He's the main captain of 501st. He was part of Anakin's team.
Yeah.
So that means it's either, if he doesn't know, that means he either left the clone troopers before Order 66 happens, or left during Order 66 happens and did not know what Anakin has done, or he does know what Anakin has done and he left during Order 66 after seeing what Anakin has done to the Jedi Temple.
Hmm.
But you believe though that he does not know.
Yes.
I have to agree too. I don't think Rex knows who Darth Vader is. Uh,
But Ahsoka may tell him.
so if Ahsoka knows who Darth Vader might be, and do you believe too during season 2 that we're going to see Darth Vader versus Ahsoka?
Yes.
I believe so as well, and there better be this big emotional fight, because when we get the reveal that Darth Vader knows that Ahsoka lives, we didn't see this big emotion from Darth Vader. We get to just see like, oh, the apprentice lives. We didn't get to see this more of an emotional moment, which some people I've heard wanted more of that emotional moment there between Ahsoka and Darth Vader. Like Darth Vader
Yeah.
figuring out that his apprentice is alive.
And we still not know what happened to Ezra's parents.
Yeah, we still do not know yet. They're still holding that back for us, which is like, oh, come on, guys, you know? But, I mean, it's okay, it's okay. We did not need to get that in this episode, you know? We just had to show, like, this is the last time we're going to be on Lothal. The Empire's serious. We're bringing the bad dogs. And it's so weird, too, that we didn't see Tarkin in this episode as
I
well.
know.
It's usually because in episode 4 New Hope, we always seen, like, Darth Vader and Tarkin almost always together.
Mm.
Yeah. But basically, though, that's our review of season 2 premiere of the episode. What's the episode called?
The Siege of Lothal.
The Siege of Lothal. I give it a 8 out of 10. Nick give it a 9 out of 10. Hope you enjoy our review. Please stay tuned to our later reviews of their episodes of season 2 of Star Wars Rebels.
Or
Please,
any other news about Episode 7 of Force Awakens or Star Wars Battlefront.
yes. And please tell us what you think of the episode. Do you think it was a good premiere? Do you think it was a bad premiere? Do you disagree with me about Darth Vader's voice, or do you agree with me that they should have done better with the voice of Darth Vader a bit? Please let us know. And until next time, may the Force be with you all, and bye.
Bye.